Hello, Bermuda. You're listening to The Startup Generation, a podcast where we showcase young business owners who are making their mark on Bermuda shores. I'm your host, Nkenge Boyles.
And I'm your co-host, Tajer Basden, and today we are joined by
Shalleya Codrington, the owner of SC Skincare.
Hello, Shalleya. Thank you for
Welcome.
joining us.
Thank you for
So,
having me.
you already started your brief explanation, but can you give us a brief explanation of what it is that you do and break down exactly what SC Skincare is?
Of course. So I make natural, vegan, safe skincare products here in Bermuda. Everything is handmade by myself. All of my products are organic and natural. I source the ingredients from their origin, like countries and things like that.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
Nice. Can you just talk a little bit about the history of SC Skincare? Like, how did this business come to be? What inspired you?
Of course. So I actually struggled with dry skin, particularly on my feet. Let's not zoom in on that. To the point to where I would go swimming with socks. I was very self-conscious when it came to my feet. I had skin peeling and all different things like that. So I would literally just cover my feet every chance. You would never see my feet open. And I would try different products from the pharmacy, things that had been recommended by my doctor. And some products would actually cause me to break out in hives where I would get little bumps on my feet and things like that. So I started to do, research on natural ingredients and what could, get rid of dry skin. And I just started making shea butters, and I was actually doing it for myself for a while, and then my mom encouraged me to try and sell it, and here we are.
Nice. I love that story. That's very cool.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, SC Skincare was kind of like the brainchild of you dealing with your own skin issues. I know a lot of Bermudians, myself included, struggle with different skin conditions, such as eczema, dermatitis, tinea bursicolor, aka Bermuda rot. How could your products be useful to Bermudians who are struggling with this? If you can talk about the natural ingredients that you use and how they could help these people.
So to speak on eczema particularly, it's very important to keep your skin moisturized. The dryness that comes from eczema causes your skin to crack, and it can be bad. Our shea butters are very moisturizing, and for people who don't necessarily have any issues with their skin, shea butter can be very heavy. But for someone who does have eczema, it helps to keep your skin very moisturized and saturated with the oils and butters that are used in that product particularly. So when it comes to the oils are much lighter than the butters, and it wouldn't necessarily help with keeping their skin moisturized all throughout the day. So I would definitely recommend a heavier product when it comes to moisturizing their skin.
Very nice. Thank you.
So you just stated that you source your products outside of Bermuda and that this started as kind of your own journey.
Yeah.
So can you break it down of the manufacturing process and how exactly you create these products? Because you said you have butters, but on your website you guys have oils and soaps. So can you break down what a day in the layup looks like and how the ideas came about manufacturing these products and sourcing them?
Yeah, so I did start with butters. And then I just started to do research on different products. And I was like, I could do this and I can do that. And I really started to enjoy the natural benefits that I could reap from using natural products, and just comparing the two, products that I would buy from the store or the pharmacy, looking at ingredients that were in those products and comparing them to natural ingredients that you could get the same benefits from or even better. So a day in the lab pretty much just looks like me cutting up shea butter, putting it in the mixer, measuring out the oils, weighing the butter, measuring and weighing out the scents that I use in the butters, and turning the mixer on and just letting it whip.
Nice.
Yeah.
A lot of homegrown artwork. Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, so as you stated, you guys are eco-friendly and you guys gear towards becoming more environmentally sustainable. Can you talk about how your mindset when creating this product, and how the different elements that go into making it eco-friendly?
Definitely. So when I thought of the eco-friendly aspect of my business and sustainability particularly, it really stemmed from us living in Bermuda.
Yeah.
We are surrounded by the ocean, and I wanted to find a way that we could reduce waste in our beauty industry as much as possible, considering we are surrounded by the ocean. So all of my products are packaged in glass, and my customers have the opportunity to return with their packaging for refills at a discounted price, which, you know, reduces the amount of times they're throwing skincare products in the trash, and, you know, they're getting a discount on top of that. So it's an incentive for them, but it's also helping our environment as well.
Nice.
Lovely.
I love that. And keeping in the same vein of, like, you know, your glass containers, how are your customers finding that initiative? Are people kind of receptive? Do you find that people are actually, you know, coming back to refill their glass containers?
Because we know how Bermudians are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how has that process been exactly?
So my customers actually love it, and they
Nice.
love the glass aspect of it as
Wow.
well, because they love the way it looks on their dresser or on their bathroom
Aesthetic.
counter. And a lot of people have come to me and said, well, I love the products from this company, but it doesn't look cute on my dresser, so I pack it away in a drawer. And I'm like, okay, fair enough, you know. But
Yeah, I didn't even think about the role that the aesthetics might
aesthetics.
play into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So that's a nice added bonus. I like that. I just want to go back quickly to the ingredients that you talked about, because I know you mentioned, you know, shea butter and using the oils and the different scents that you use. Could you talk about what particular like scents and oils that you're using and how you came to include that in your products, like the research that went into it? Like, for example, tea tree versus another, you know, like lavender or something.
okay, so we actually have a tea tree and lavender oil
Oh,
and
okay.
butter mix.
I just took that right out. That was not planned, I promise.
Yeah, so we do have tea tree and lavender mix. Some of the products are geared towards antibacterial and antifungal functions. Some of them are just because we want to smell good.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I do make sure that they are all vegan safe scents. So not one product of mine is unsafe for vegans to use. None of
Nice.
it's tested on animals. They don't have chemical bases either. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Could you talk a little bit more about the testing product? I know, like you said, you created this originally with your skin conditions in mind, and then your mother encouraged you to kind of broaden your brand. But in terms of how this could work for other people, what would this, like, is there a testing process? Like, maybe you give samples to people and just get their feedback? I was just a little bit curious if you can talk about that.
Yeah, so I actually, in the beginning, I did have a few people around me that had different skin issues.
Nice.
I won't share their names.
No problem. Yes, no, it's
Yeah.
okay.
But they did go through the process of testing the products alongside me, and they were getting results as I was getting results as well.
Nice.
Group
So
effort.
there were a few times that I did have to go back and refine products. There are products that I was selling that are no longer available. Mainly sometimes they weren't popular, or they just didn't do that well for other people. They may have worked for me, or they may have worked for someone else, but when other people tried them, it didn't necessarily work for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how has it been how has it been kind of being a company in Bermuda? Because Bermuda is a small island, so how has it been to sell these products and market these products in such a small island?
I think for me, the challenge that I had mainly was finding my market, finding my audience, really, because my products, when making natural skincare products, you can sell it to anyone. It's a product. But finding people who have the same values and morals as you when it comes to your mission for your brand, I think is very important. And it took me a while to find those people, but I found them. So yeah.
Could
Yeah.
you talk a little bit about your mission statement?
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we could cut it out.
Sorry.
No problem. So talking about, you know, when you said finding your audience that kind of resonate with the morals and values that you embody in your company, could you just talk a little bit more about what exactly is your mission statement and those morals and values?
So as I mentioned earlier, my mission is to reduce the amount of waste that is pushed out into the environment that's essentially caused by the beauty industry, as well as helping people to understand and know that they are naturally beautifully made in God's image and likeness.
Nice. That's lovely.
Yeah.
What has been the best part of earning a business in Bermuda, like earning a local business?
I've never been asked that question. What's the best part of owning a business in Bermuda, a small business in Bermuda?
Yeah. Or worse, either one.
Yeah, if there's any challenges that you faced, or ones that you didn't even think about, like when in the grand scheme of planning this, like, oh, I planned for this, but I didn't plan for that.
I think the best part would have been being able to connect with people who have like minds that I didn't even know had the same, morals and ethics that I did when I came to this kind of thing. And then I think one of the main challenges, like I mentioned earlier, was finding my audience, being able to connect with them, and getting out of the mindset of comparison. Because sometimes living in such a small space, Bermuda is only so, we are a speck in the ocean.
Yes.
It's very competitive. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. To speak to that competitiveness, we've seen a lot of Bermudians no longer living on Bermuda, moving to venture elsewhere. So why do you think that is? Do you think that your business could be viewed as an inspiration tool for young people and up-and-coming Bermudians?
In regards to staying here?
Yes,
Yeah.
or like
To stay
locally
here?
making a business that can flourish as you have done yourself.
I definitely think it is something that could encourage them to stay here. I believe that it could also encourage them to start something here and expand overseas. So while they're still here, they can also go overseas and expand and grow. And that would, I think that is very encouraging.
Nice. Do you think that Bermudians, especially, young people, are leaving the island because there's no niche or market for them right now?
In regards to owning a business?
Yes.
I think one of the main reasons why people may want to leave when it comes to owning businesses is because it's very expensive, especially
That's
when
true.
you have to bring in ingredients and anything for your business. The import is expensive.
That's very fair.
So that is like one main reason that I could think of off the top of my head that people would want to leave for. And even trying to get things through customs sometimes. I have been fairly lucky, thank you. I don't want that to change, but
Yes,
I know
hopefully
that
it
some
stays.
people have had some major issues and delays when it comes to getting things in customs.
Just wanted to follow up on because, you are bringing in stuff from customs, like you mentioned with your ingredients for your products. Is there anything that, that could happen in the future that would make you be able to source locally? Are you able to find anything in your products that, you're able to source locally?
I have attempted.
That progress
you
is being
attempted. At
made.
least you
Yes.
I have attempted to grow lavender. It's just very difficult. I do not have a green thumb. And lavender is an ingredient that we use in the scrubs. We use it in our soaps. Like the actual lavender flower is something that we include in those products. So if there's anything, it would be me doing my best to source the actual flowers and herbs locally.
Well, at least you're attempting.
Yeah.
Because I know Bermuda also has like an interesting climate, for trying to.
Subtropical.
Yeah, we can't always grow what we need.
Especially with hurricane season around the corner.
Exactly.
Yes.
Outside of lavender, I would say probably labeling for packaging and things like that.
Nice.
Although on my oil bottles, there isn't an actual label, it's silk printed. And that's
wow.
another eco-friendly, sustainable thing that I looked at when creating this product as well, is having something that doesn't actually come off, because labels are mainly plastic and they're not biodegradable. So,
Wow. That was something that I had not considered.
Yeah, thinking of everything.
I know, that's very cool. You clearly did your research, and your mission statement is wonderful.
Thank you.
And you're putting in the work to make sure that your products are eco-friendly. It's very enticing.
Thank you.
Thinking about SC Skincare, what do you want your ultimate goal to be? Like, what do you hope to see SC Skincare look like in the future?
Do I share the whole vision?
Yes.
I mean, whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see SC Skincare as an established storefront in multiple different countries. I'm trying not to share too much of
No,
the
yeah.
vision.
If you're
Some
not comfortable, you know,
yeah.
obviously you keep some stuff to yourself.
Some sneak peeks
I'm
of new
definitely,
products or
you know,
something like
still
that.
working on a few things. I would love to go away to school and get my certification to be an esthetician.
Oh, lovely.
I do want to take SC Skincare in that direction, just so that I can understand more about the skin and the foundation of the skin and how different things affect our skin and what we need to get our skin to look the way that we want it to look and feel and be actually healthy as well. So that would feed into the direction of where I want to take SC Skincare as well, without sharing too much information.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you sharing what you did. Speaking of having SC Skincare in a storefront, apologies. I know some of your products are also available at Salt and Cedar, correct? Could you just talk about a little bit about that partnership and how that came to be, in case anybody is looking to expand their product and have it be able, like, to be sold in storefronts of Bermuda? Just give them a little advice of how to come across something like that.
Of course. So essentially, I went around to a few different places in Bermuda, and believe it or not, I was denied by a lot of different storefronts.
Oh, wow.
And I honestly think it was good, because the mission of my brand is eco-friendly sustainability, clean beauty. Salt and Cedar is everything. It's all of those things in one. And a lot of the other places that I had gone to weren't that. So I think that one thing that people should really look at when they want to put their product or anything that they're selling somewhere is what kind of clients and customers go here, who's shopping here, and are my customers shopping here? My customers shop at Salt and Cedar. They go to Salt and Cedar for sustainability. They go to Salt and Cedar for clean beauty. So I think that is really something important for people to look at. And just being your authentic self when you're going to approach these different businesses and business owners, you know, just being friendly, being willing to take samples so that people can test and try it, and just be your brand, live your brand.
Nice.
So what has the reception been so far since launching your business?
As in sales?
Yes.
It's been pretty well. It's grown over the past year, I'll say. Like I said, I had trouble with finding who my customers were.
Yes.
So once I was able to identify that, it definitely did much better than it has in the past.
Nice. I know, you know, we just talked about you working with Salt and Cedar and selling your products there. Are there any other local businesses that you have worked with that kind of helped you grow your brand? Like, for example, maybe in like the marketing department?
No, not necessarily. No.
Do you do all the marketing yourself?
I do my best.
Self-made.
Yeah, I do my best. I have worked with the brand developer a little bit, but not too much. But outside of that, no.
Nice.
I do it all myself.
Nice. That's very cool, because I've seen some of your marketing, and you know, it looks very nice, and your website is
Very professional.
Yes.
Thank you.
We really liked your website, so I was just curious if that was all you, or you worked in with somebody else.
No, I just got professional photos taken.
Nice.
And then did the website, yeah.
You did the website yourself?
No, so Fiverr.
Okay.
But so they set up the website and they uploaded all of the products and all of the information about the products, but I went in after them and I did how the website looks is how I put it together.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Your aesthetic.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Your
exactly.
vision.
Very nice. In that same kind of like area, not even if you didn't get support from local businesses, how have your family and friends supported you throughout this journey? I know your mom supported you to grow, but from the actual like implementation, like I'm going to do this business and putting the steps together to create a business, have you received like support from friends and family? And if so, what does that look like?
So a lot of my friends really enjoy the marketing aspect of my business.
Nice.
And they are always willing to be my models.
That's so nice.
So that is one way that they mainly support me. They love to share my content on social media as well. So they push it out there to their followers, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know even though Bermuda is a small community where like your audience is limited, your clientele is limited, I personally believe the Bermudians will support each other to the fullest extent if they have the opportunity to. So it's nice to, you know, hear that from someone who has a business, that your friends, your family are just supporting you along this journey.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is very encouraging, I think, to hear for ourselves, but also for our listeners who may want to start their own business.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just want to thank you for coming. I know this is your first time public speaking, or not first time, but not as experienced, but I would like to thank you for coming. Is there any way we can find you on any social media platforms where we can shop your products?
Of course. So you can visit my Instagram. It's scskincare.bda@gmail, or not at Gmail, that's the email.
If any businesses want to hit her up, I guess.
It is at gmail.com, but the Instagram is scskincare.bda. TikTok is the same.
Nice.
Yeah.
And they can buy your products online. Is that for delivery or only for pickup in store?
So we do delivery island-wide. It's $5 for delivery.
Nice.
And then we also do international worldwide shipping through DHL.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming. I think that pretty much covers anything. Is there anything else you would like to say or share?
Anyone you'd like to shout out?
No, not at the moment, no.
All right, no problem. Just wanted to give you that opportunity. All right. So join us next time as we inspire our audience to seek new opportunities, knowledge, and possibilities with the startup generation. This has been Nkenge Boyles
and Tajer Basden, and you can listen to the Startup Generation by searching RG Podcast wherever you get your podcast. Brought to you by the Royal Gazette Sound Lounge. Thank you.